Hello, viewers. So, the Queen's Gambit kicked off a chess craze. Perhaps when the whole pandemic ends, you're looking forward to going to a chess club or even a chess tournament for the first time. So, today I'm going to tell you about a trap to avoid so that way you will not lose in the first 4 moves and spare yourself any embarrassment. So, in the starting position, a vulnerability is this pawn over here. It's the pawn on f7. See the coordinates here tell you the names of all the squares. That pawn is protected only by the king, so not a whole lot of defense over there. So your opponent might try to target that pawn, and if you're not careful, the game could end in just a few moves. So in the start of the game, which we call the opening, the players want to bring their pieces out and control the center. So a common way to do that is play pawn to e4. And you might do the same thing. So in order to target this pawn, there are a couple ways that white can go about doing it. So they might play bishop c4, followed by queen f3, and then queen takes f7, mate. If they do that, a very simple solution is just play your knight out. That way, if queen comes out, then the knight's blocking her view of f7, so that way you don't get checkmated. They could try playing the queen out first instead of playing the bishop out. So that's another option. But same solution still works. Just playing knight out, and now if they try bishop there, then it's not going to do any good because the knight is blocking the queen's access to f7, so you're safe. The most forcing version of this idea is to play the queen out to h5. So here you don't want to play knight f6 because if you do that, you're just going to drop this pawn over here, and now you're already down a pawn and you're worse. So instead, let's protect that pawn. So we've brought a piece out, we're fighting for the center, they defended a pawn, so that's achieving a lot of goals. If they continue with their plan, they play bishop c4, and now they're threatening checkmate. There are a couple ways to stop it. I'm going to recommend you play pawn to g6. Other moves are, you could play queen e7. You can also play queen to f6. Now here's why I'm not recommending these other 2 moves. So they will do the job of not losing right away, but I'm thinking about the coordination of all my pieces, not just trying to stop one threat. If I put my queen on f6 over here, then I'm blocking my knight from going to that square. So that's interfering with my coordination. If I play queen e7 instead, I'm stopping the mate, but I'm blocking in my bishop. So it's also not very well coordinated. So I think pawn to g6 is the best move. It does not cause any coordination problems. It also gives you the option of playing your bishop out here later, which would reinforce your control of d4. So if they're determined to hit your pawn on f7, then I play queen back over here, and now they're threatening checkmate. So now I can block it by playing the knight out. So now the queen is not able to go to f7 anymore. If they're really, really determined to go hammer this pawn, they might continue with queen to b3, so now they're threatening bishop takes. It's not checkmate because you move your king, but you don't want to lose that pawn. It's a rather important fellow, and you also don't want to move your king up to where you're blocking in your own bishop. So you save the pawn by playing queen to e7. So why am I recommending queen e7 now, when earlier I was saying that queen e7 would interfere with our coordination? Well, this position's a bit different. I am blocking my bishop from going out here, but in this position, my bishop has another option. My bishop can find a home over here, and that would be a nice square. I can castle later on, king side, and now my king has a bishop to provide some extra defense. So in this position, you have not only avoided checkmate, you're actually already better. You've brought out more pieces, 3 instead of just 2. You're attacking this pawn over here, if they're going to take the pawn next move. You can also think of things like bring your knight out to hit the queen, or bring your knight over here, threatening both the queen and threatening the bishop. So if you get this, you're in good shape. So I hope you learned something, and I hope I've inspired you to play better chess.